10,
9, 8,
7, 6,
3, 2,
1.
0.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another exciting match. This time in Sprinter Tier, we've got a matchup Supernova versus V today. And let's start with introductions. In the booth currently, I am Kastle and I am accompanied by the one and the only Quesax. How you doing, man? Long time no see. I haven't gotten you back in the booth in a while. I really amped up to see your voice. And actually, I didn't have the volume on, so why don't you try that intro again? And you know what? I actually still don't have your voice, so we're going to try this third time. There you go. Everyone, this is Quesax.
How's it going?
All right, and we can hear you now. Welcome to the booth.
Thank you.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get back in. I've wanted to get back in and commentate, but I've not been able to find a match at a time that I'm free. So I saw this go, and I'm like, here's my chance.
Your opportunity. I'm glad to have you here. So Supernova versus V. This is an exciting one. I like the V's across the name, first of all. I'm just going to say it. It's a very aesthetic look for me. It looks good.
Yeah, we love single-lettered team names.
Yeah, single letter and team names that share the same similar letters too. And really, if it's Supernova versus V, just all of these today.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. What do we know about these two teams? I haven't seen much of V gameplay, so I'll comment on Supernova.
And that's actually what I was about to talk about. V
go for
has
it.
actually... Last cycle, they didn't actually get to play. Both of the teams they went up against last cycle forfeited. So this is actually their debut match, which is really exciting and kind of a little disappointing because they still haven't gotten to play. But they have yet to play anything. So first time.
Oh my goodness. So we're getting some totally new gameplay here.
Absolutely.
New team, their first match in the second cycle. And oh wow, okay.
And you know they're getting antsy to play. So and I want to see them play. I mean, some new players. Well, not new players, but new players to their team. So
these guys have been on the sidelines watching everyone else play ball. So I'm sure they're excited to throw and show what they've got.
And speaking of getting started, we're gonna have to stop some of that analysis early because we're getting the thumbs up. We're gonna jump into this. Let's go ahead and show today's maps. We got a Canyon, Quarry, and Stadium, the designated maps for the cycle. And we're going to get the show on the road. So what do you think? What are your predictions for this?
There are some, obviously some huge variables. We have seen absolutely no V gameplay. So while there's some very strong names, right, we have to look and see what does that teamwork look like.
We know V have done some pretty impressive, well, the members on V have done impressive stuff in the past. Previously started out Iron, a lot of the teamers from Iron. And then last season, Guh. So rebrand, you could say, to V now.
Yeah, and I guess Guh did have some good work together. But Supernova is definitely no pushover. This is a team that's been playing together now for a while. They've got a bunch of new faces, but I've seen them around scrimming and stuff, training. So this should be a fun match.
And that's really what they've got going for them is their coordination. They've worked together for multiple seasons. A very similar lineup to what they've had in the past. A couple new names, but for the most part, a lot of these players know how to play with each other.
Yeah, not a lot of stoppage here. We're 5 minutes under the bridge, and V's got some movement. It looks like they got complete control just past Chaos here. So Supernova, they're gonna have to. It looks like they're yielding up this first little bit on the map, and we'll see if they can get some control back. Entering the Chaos as a rocket there.
And a really early time to start rockets, but you got that pick and that splash damage and a second pick push. Of course,
I was about to call it out. Yeah, there's a one player I know that'll pick these up at any part of the map and doesn't really care, making some really great work here. Push. You know, normally when you set up a rocket, you've got a defense that you know it's kind of like a cake with the cherry on top. Push came in here and took the area back for his team with the rockets. Like he's trying to make space on his own. There's no pistol sniper up. There's nothing there. He waltzed in. He waltzed in and made problems.
Cart getting cleared. Supernova really amping up the defense. But still, Cart is making decent time.
Yeah, I'm looking at the mini-map.
4 minutes and 30 seconds. And they're almost at
I'm seeing
the
red
bend.
bodies come in. We're seeing those red bodies come in. It looks, you know, like it looks like they're getting in positions. They're trying to set something up, but we're not getting the effects of a defense. You know, we're not seeing the cart stop or get that shutdown. So we can see, okay, it looks like there's a little bit of a natural group happening just around the bend here, and hopefully Supernova can get some control and move something forward. And of course, for the B side, they're looking to kind of keep this scrambled.
So pre that bend there, they were getting some good movement, but finally getting Supernova set up. So Push getting those rockets set up, but really it's his teammates right now that are really shutting down a lot of that blue side offense.
Yeah, I think maybe V was in a little bit of a gun it and get their fast momentum thing, because they were, you know, they were kind of cruising for a little bit, and then maybe they're gonna start to tweak the game plan a little bit now that they're not getting some movement. And Supernova maybe they'll be able to set up something more firm for defense here. I'll be right back.
And it really does. It looks like that's what happened. V had a really aggressive start, pure cart focus, but with the bend and the shift change, having to really focus on those disruptors getting in the back line of Supernova. Looks like it's taking them a little bit of time. Still, plenty of time to get to checkpoint, but a lot of work getting done here. Shout, 2 picks. Really important picks, too, and getting some cart movement alone. Finally going down to Captain Cooks. Taking a look at early frags, leading the way, Captain Cooks on Supernova going 14-6, and we see motion, and this is why, guy going absolutely crazy, dashing around like a madman, getting those headshots, Captain Cooks. Armageddon, long-time player, now on V. Car is cruising, 2 minutes 30 seconds, only about 1% or 2 left for this push. V making incredible time. And really, not to be unexpected, V with a lot of really experienced and talented players. And still moving. Push finally stopping that cart, but hopefully not too late. Blue disruptor in the back. Cart moving, lack of red on cart for a moment there. And that's a checkpoint. 2 minutes. Wow, on a canyon. That's a lot of time to be losing a checkpoint. Supernova, I've got to get back into this and maybe reprioritize some of their stuff. And it really isn't lack of frags either. Supernova with a lot of frags on their side. Just maybe, perhaps they weren't as focused on the carts as they should have been. I did see some red streaks jumping off of cart when it probably shouldn't have been. And on the flip side, V has been incredibly cart focused. I haven't seen really any lack of cart emphasis. And they're doing everything right. They've got disruptors in Supernova's base right now, deep, holding them in a spawn lock. And that's why we're not seeing red in the garage area.
Right, complete control where they want it right now, and I'm back.
Welcome back, Wes.
Maybe we'll use the new microphone for the next map. We'll see.
Double stack on cart.
The Supernova all bunched up now. We're going to see a wave come in here and see what they're able to do with that. Cart goes down and able to clear that side there where the windows are.
And that was a nice defensive group up. We don't see a lot of those.
We definitely don't, but I would reckon that was the right move there. You know, they were not really able to get to cart on their own and drop it. And
Push
was able to give them some space.
Push realizing there was some movement on cart, had to look back and realize in horror.
There's nothing like, you know, you're getting good work done, you're in the middle of a bunch of fights, you're like, yeah, I'm got like 3-4 people occupied, yep. And you peek your wrist and you're like, oh, it's moving.
What am I doing? That type of feeling.
Yeah.
But hey, for Push at least, it's instinctive to check cart every now and then, you know. Sometimes comms don't always get through. Ooh, and Push getting a lot of work done here, stealing dashes and resources left and right.
Now, I can't say I know much about Supernova's strategy for this area, but I do know that Push is commonly on power weapons. It's the fact that he's up in the front playing disruption. I'm wondering if this is standard, or maybe they're making some amendments here to try and compensate for what V is doing.
I know in the pre-checkpoint phase, Push is well known for using those heavy weapons. At this phase, he probably is more utilized with his pistol, because I mean, one aspect of his gameplay that's really undervalued or under-recognized is his pistol play. He's an excellent pistol player. and lots of good movement.
Yep,
So being in the
absolutely.
front. Maybe he'll shift. Who knows?
We did see David Mason there with the shocks. That's who's going to be doing a lot of these splashes right now. They're looking to try and get that splash off the roof. A couple of them didn't register there. I noticed if you don't quite hit the light, it might not splash low enough to get the pick, and that looks like that's what happened there. Captain Cooks, oh no! Textile manages to slip right on the cart. I think they didn't quite call him out there. Mando in the back line there is able to take 2 people out from behind. He'll go down to the SMGs who will, I guess, kill this push. Yeah, finish up on push. Oh, there's still a follow-up. V's back into something of a trickle phase, trying to get back to that payload as fast as possible.
Captain Cook's making good work of this shotgun use. He was doing so
Decides
well
to
with
double up
pistols,
on
he
it.
decided to mix it up and try some shotguns.
Yeah, again, it was too easy. Captain Cook's like, man, this is too easy. Let's try something.
I've mastered pistols, let's try shotguns. A really long distance angle there. I'm not sure how effective that is. He'll go down
Yeah, I was
Armageddon.
gonna say, he was super effective there, you know, when he's taking those fights on cart, because V was just hopping right on it. Shotgun's close range, it's fantastic. And he grabbed another one and stood a little bit farther away, which I'm interested to understand a little bit better why.
A cheeky
Going up
flank by Armageddon to get the pick on cart, get him moving. Nice work by him.
V is cashing in as much as they can with that push. There was 2 players on the cart there and 2 defenders right behind it. Looks like all of them but 1 have been dropped, and there goes the last one. Bridge dash goes down, and I see a couple of V players holding. Supernova is kind of trying to regain their footing. Mando, health, watching that.
Group up coming
There,
in
2
from V.
triples. Straight into the basement, 1 goes down. They're able to get some movement on cart. Looks like they jumped in the basement, and while the tension was down there, they were able to get some movement. Textile pulling the cart here. Goes down to Suitmaker, trades. 3 consecutive deaths there. SMG's hopping on now. Really good push there, was able to get, what was that? 2-3% in one go?
Despite having red on cart, you know, just enough picks, enough movement on cart to inch it forward. And that's really all you need in this late phase. Just a few
Absolutely.
percent.
They won a lot of those fights on cart and were rewarded with percent movement.
Oh, and a big wipe. Big push opportunity here. Could this be it?
257 would be a nice time. I know if he wants that, there's shout inside the zone. He'll go down. 1 runs over, pushes head. Will get taken out by the payload.
Push finally pushing up. Yeah, we've seen a lack of aggression from Supernova. Really, they've been playing defense practically this entire time.
It does seem that after V pushes in, it takes a little bit longer for Supernova to recover than it does for V to launch.
Oh, and this is, I think this is it.
It's a huge group there, and there it is. 2 minutes and 29
Oh
seconds.
my
V
gosh.
pushes all the way.
And that's a stomp. 100% with 230 remaining. V with an excellent blue-sided push. It's gonna be a rough one for Supernova on their side. Looking at
It's
scores.
a tough bill, yeah.
Looking at
So on the V
scores.
side there, we've got the swap sides. Armageddon leading the score, 32-20, 4,500 points. Supernova Bill Lumberg, 39 and 30 with almost 4,000 points, just shy of 4,000. And the second place scorers on both teams are not far behind in any way, with the V's actually top killing for the game. That would be Shout.
Captain Shout leading the way. Always love to see a captain, you know, top fragging, top scoring, really showing his team how it goes.
Absolutely. Let's see now how Supernova intends to respond. It's their turn to push and V's turn to defend. Some shotguns here. They get 1, they'll go down. Supernova lobbying for some control right outside the spawn there. Looks like they're able to get that.
Made a brief triple stack on cart. A lot of early pushing here.
Rockets come up. They're in a little bit of an awkward spot. Looks like they'll manage to escape. Oh, crazy flick from push that takes them out.
And that pinpoint accuracy, those charge shots just landing exactly where he wanted them.
Well, looks like he took someone else out because I still see a rocket coming in. But push has been alive for a little while here, trying to keep control of this side of the map. Gets an angle onto the main rail. All of Supernova together here. This is some great presence. And V looking for some openings to get in.
Some battle on cart. Cart goes down. And again.
V is establishing a little bit of a presence. I'm starting to see a little bit more red than blue, or I was right up until now. Some movement on cart here. It's pretty similar between the two. Both teams there, they didn't have a lot of stoppage before the shock bridge. I believe V looks like they're doing a little bit better, but only marginally here in this chaos section, which Supernova's about to push off. Crazy headshot there from push.
Yeah, I don't think V had much interruption all the way up until this bend. Even with the lack of forward presence, they were still able to get the cart moving. Supernova struggling a little bit more on this front.
Absolutely. But again, like I said, only marginally. It might be a 20 or 30 second difference. Cart now finally getting stopped. An even number of players from both teams in the area.
And a really good
Got
defense
the
started up
SMGs in
here.
a very annoying spot. We'll see if Armageddon's able to push them to the limits from over here.
Yep, and at that point, I would say it would have been wise for him to change positions. He does. He gets a pick, and he's back again in a cheeky spot.
Interesting. Yeah, there we go. Get some. Oh, he does get spotted. Captain Cooks with the shields able to pop him off. He'll hop on the payload. Supernova getting some movement here.
And he'll go for the dash pickup.
I think he dashed that rocket by accident. Shields in your back line. Captain Cooks doesn't quite know what else to do here. There's no rocket back here. He'll go in, get one to go down. Textile, rocket shield. That's a lot of shield usage for one game.
It is. I was about to say, the only thing that really changed was the color. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
It looked exactly the same.
Nice little double there from Textile. Keeping an eye on the play that tried to flank. They did go down. You can see there's a disruptor from V there that's doing some good work on the minimap. And this disruptor push from Supernova was able to make a lot of space for his teammates to pull through. Another one enters into the flank, and there's one in Mars. Let's see if they're able to hold some control and get some movement. Mando takes a fight, trades 4 trades there. Short concession. Quick concession. Oh my god, is that even the right word? Quick succession. Suitmaker pushing out, drops one, lowers Bill Lumberg, who will change their route to get some help from Mars.
There's been a disruptor deep in V's line for a long time there, but they haven't really been getting around a cart until just about now.
Yeah, their disruptors are having some success in getting into V's defense and being annoying, getting in their hair, displacing them, but the team is not able to really build on it sometimes to get the movement that they would want from all of that. So actually, nice headshot there from Suitmaker. That's 2 down. And that's the scariest thing you could possibly see when you push up. That's 3 people turned towards you, and they're all...
And he probably deserved it after taking out 2 of their teammates.
Yeah,
getting the revenge on him.
He got 2 at their spawn. That's always a good exchange.
So at this point, V had already made it past checkpoint. Supernova, a little delayed here around the bend.
Definitely behind pace. These double SMGs are not going to help that. Moving up into Mars. Oh, they'll go down, push. They're able to pick them, and I believe one other player out. Make space. It's a 3rd. Now cycling through resources. We can see players on cart. They're getting some movement now. There's a significant number of Supernova in the area. Will they get to the checkpoint?
And I liked the patience he had there to wait before pushing cart alone. He had the picks, but he was waiting for his team to get there, and that resulted in
that's a huge thing. You killed 3, and then you hop on cart and die to the 4th. You really do want to get the most out of your money. Armageddon and cheeky spot is able to pick 2. And off the back of that, V gets a little bit of defense back up. There is another disruptor kind of making some of a mess. Supernova's got a large number of players out by the Mars area. Will this be the momentum that they need? Or will the SMGs get a triple kill?
Oh, he is absolutely wrecking with these SMGs. I get scared, though, with him so forward that he'll lose eyes on cart. I think he is, too.
And 30 seconds, but the cart is right there. It's 50.9%. There's 4 blue players pushing into this area.
Oh my gosh, Armageddon!
Any lapse in focus, and that's it for V. I know they want that pre-check. Pre-check looks good on your resume. Are these golden SMGs? I can't tell.
65-28. Well over to 2 KD.
He's swallowed.
Oh, with its checkpoint!
He's right there. Pushes up. He's swallowed 2, maybe 3 pushes. Supernova is able to get through. Push early disruption. Picks 1. Chases 1 back. They've got V right where they want them. All back toward their spawn. Shout here. Finally able to grab a rocket. Oh! Oh, he's upset. Is he
oh my gosh!
Nice work, Shout. He's able to get 3 off the back of...
With that insane kill streak from Push, Shout coming in and trying to get his own. Man,
Yeah, huge response there.
We're seeing the captains really putting in the work today. Holy cow,
Oh my
Shout. Is he
goodness,
going to
Shout.
keep going? And he is!
Oh
Wow.
my goodness, that's one for the Bucks. Shout here.
And this
Is
is
there
only
another
a
red
singles
flag?
rocket. Only one rocket as well. He's doing all of this. Oh, what is going on? Shout doing absolutely crazy. At least 6, 7, 8 kills. I don't even know at this point. Shout putting in
He's
so much
playing the
work.
game alone. He's like captaining of the team of me and myself and I. He's just going crazy. That was an amazing performance from Shout. Made
was-
so much space for his team.
Finally going down.
That's
Apart.
a whole 60 seconds dead there, right? They're still before the bridge. And I think you could probably attribute a lot of that to that insane play that Shout just pulled off.
Typically, we just don't see the cart stop that much right after checkpoint. Really,
Excellent work there from Kastle,
really good
waiting
defense.
till the right moment to push out. Does actually for his effort there. Got 3 or 4 seconds of cart stoppage there. We've seen Push make space for his team time and time again. We'll be looking to see what his next moves are alongside the team strategy. Immortal on cart here, looking for some picks. Accidentally a victim of the electricity.
Little blue side push, shoving it right into that corpse of his. Hate to see it.
4 minutes for going up the ramp. So if I were to make an estimate right here at this point, 4 minutes going up the ramp, it's difficult, but it's not impossible.
It's gonna
And
have
in
to
many
be
cases, yeah, I know Supernova has what it takes to make this 100. The challenge is that V did it with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, right? Making the 100, it's possible. Making that 100 in the next minute and 20 seconds, real difficult.
We're pretty much
We're
gonna have
gonna
to see
see here.
multiple team wipes on the side of Supernova in order to get that W.
Absolutely.
I don't see it. I mean, it's possible, but with how effective V is looking right now,
Shout with those shocks.
they're gonna be looking for a miracle.
These will have to come down, or at least they'll have to be dehabilitated.
Seeing
And
a
they need
group
some
up.
control of the area to move this thing. Right now we're seeing some Supernova. Small groups of 2 or 3. No large mass movement here. However, V, every angle, all the players together here just chilling. They're finally setting disruptors up.
And
We've been on Shout here for a while. He's doing some good work with these double shocks, just making it an absolute pain to get any movement. Oh, prediction right there was really good. I thought it would have cleared it, but I guess his
sometimes
kill
that
got
splash. Yeah.
stolen. Yep.
Honestly, this has been a pretty gold standard type of defense here. You know, got shocks up in attic, moving around.
Yeah, I want to argue, and this is not common, but I want to argue, while V did put up a fantastic defense pre-checkpoint, this has probably been the strongest hold they've had on the cart for a while. It's been stopped right just under this attic section for 2 whole minutes now.
And I think a lot of it you can contribute to how aggressive V has been. Supernova really struggled to get bodies outside of their defense area, you know, to steal those resources. V has had no trouble. Until now, of course. Holy cow.
Absolutely.
Supernova.
This is what Supernova needed. Unfortunately, they needed about 15 seconds ago. At this point, officially, V has won this round. They're not out of it, Supernova. But let's see if they can make that 100. This is crazy momentum here. Push doing some decking them weaving. Spots those shocks very, very observant right there.
You know, we've seen a lot of push today, but kind of a big shout out to Bill Lumberg, actually top fragging on his team. I haven't seen really too much of him, which is crazy.
If I had to take a guess, it's just that Bill is the one that's I mean, he's got 70 deaths. He's pushing that cart, right? He's getting there. He's getting picks on it, and he's dying fast. Whereas Push is kind of in the back line there, making space. So the camera's going to be on him a lot. But good stuff from Bill. I know that's definitely another lethal player there. I always keep an eye on.
Yeah, Bill Lumberg has been making a lot of waves in the season. Always like seeing his name up there.
Oh,
Previously
nice
on-
shock skin. Okay, go on.
Previously on Hotu, I believe. If I remember.
That's
correctly.
right. If I remember, I'm not sure if that was the first team. I remember Bill was in fact on Hotu. Hot you. I'll never remember how to say it correctly. Shout back on his double shocks. We can see a setup from V here. 59 seconds left on the clock. Push comes in, presses delete, drops 2 players. Supernova's looking for that 100. They want that respect. Shield on cart. SMGs join them there. Oh no, he rejoiced a little
celebration
too
too
It's
early.
99.4.
Wow.
Texadile knows what needs to get done. Spots the player
0.6%.
behind him.
Here comes the push, and it's 100.
There it
A
is,
draw,
34
but
seconds. So just 2 minutes behind time. V will be taking this map, but excellent performance from both teams, both pushing to 100. With a gnarly, tight push through there. Supernova, they just grabbed that checkpoint and they grabbed that 100. They really fought tooth and nail for that. Let's look at these scoreboards. Armageddon, top scoring the map, 10,000 points, 84. That's 2 KD, that's crazy. And Lumberg there, top scoring for Supernova, 6974, 8,400 points. And top kill for this game would be Shout there, 98 and 54. Surprised not Armageddon with those crazy streak we saw. With the SMGs, that was some real DPS.
Crazy on defense, yeah. It really shows just how effective SMGs are, especially on Canyon.
I saw decently high scores across all the board there. It was a little bit of a ramp. You know, different players had put in more score, but everyone had points there. I mean, everyone was contributing. That was really good.
You know, 200% on a Canyon is not something you commonly see, especially in tiers this high. So,
yeah, exactly. What we saw was some really great killing power on both ends there, right? They had the ability to push. They were able to push.
And a lot of kill streaks. But maybe not enough emphasis on that, like standing on cart on defense. I feel like that really broke down between the two teams. 200%. And I've seen this pattern before. I think this is something teams need to fix early on, especially. You know,
yeah, it's an interesting pattern. Honestly, I felt like in previous seasons, players knew how to stop the cart, but didn't quite know how to move it. Now we've got something of the opposite, right? They know how to move it, but they don't quite know how to stop it.
Carts have been really getting really high in those percents, even on the launch pads too. Lots of teams making it past even the launch pad checkpoints, but just haven't seen as much stop. So hopefully we'll get back to that meta of a good defense, because that's
absolutely crucial. Yeah, but time is the name of the game now. Unfortunately, time is not much of a factor in this Quarry. It is definitely still a teamwork map. There's a lot of coordination that can happen, and so I'm curious to see. You know, both of these teams have now proven that they have the teamwork. They've got some killers. How does it all play out in Quarry?
And this will be interesting. Haven't seen V do a Quarry yet. Supernova have done a Quarry. And let me go glance at some of those results, and I'll get back to you in a second.
Absolutely. Let's have a quick peek in chat here. How's it going, chat? We're looking for your predictions for this Quarry match. We've seen V on Canyon now. That was their debut Canyon. Great performance from several players. Kill streaks across quite a few players. But we know the potency of Supernova. We saw Push making tons of space, regularly taking out 2, 3, 4 players at a time. What are your predictions here going into this Quarry? Both teams have some crazy strong killers and some solid teamwork. How's chat feeling?
You know, I will say, despite V, kind of a lot of their members being new to each other, individually, I would say they've got a lot of Quarry experience. Iron did some pretty interesting stuff with Quarry in the seasons they played.
That's a fantastic point, right?
And Ga as well.
Armageddon, I want to give a quick shout out to Joseph, IV. Their brother is playing this game right now. And one of their claim to fame was playing an iron control point or an iron Quarry and not being able to press the button. And they've come far. So from the team that had players that couldn't press buttons to this coordinated powerhouse here.
V versus Supernova. Let's get started. Supernova,
here we go, Quarry.
Very strong domination team. Did some really awesome stuff on Waterway last cycle. Could see it play over here.
Predictions from chat are V3-1. That's 3 for V, 1 for Supernova. That seems to be pretty unanimous across.
Yeah, I would say V have a little bit of kill power here, but really, Quarry is such a coordination map.
V in position to score a point here. Let's see what they do with it. There's 2 seconds on the clock. That was a quick last-second counter there from Bill Lumberg. V was able to win fights both at B and in the tunnel and start an early point, and Supernova was able to recover from that. That was fantastic.
V really taking early control over the map. However, Supernova on the counter, getting that position there on B and V's base.
This is something I kind of predicted. We saw Push doing it before. He has the ability to move through several V players and make some space. Here is two, maybe 3 more. He's vibing. There's that head bob. Yeah, I got this. What really, that last one, Armageddon.
What really surprises me is just how long Push managed to survive. He was really in their base under fire that whole time, and he was just vibing, getting those kills.
Absolutely.
Dave Mason getting work done at B with shotguns, clearing it out for Supernova.
Supernova on the front foot right now. B looking to take it back. You can see some players entering into B now. Single one at a time, or is that the tunnel? I can't tell from the mini map. A little bit of a 1v2, 1v2 turn 2v2. And Supernova will take that.
Seeing a little bit of
there at B.
camping here by Supernova at B. I've seen a lot of blue just staying at B, probably waiting for some timing. But
Absolutely. They've been on the front foot for a while, but haven't really done much with it. Up until now, Push is on the Omega aggressive. You can't go more forward than this.
You really can't, except to go inside the doors, and he was nearly there.
He looked at it. He really did consider it. I saw it on his face. He's out for blood. He'll go right to the door.
Ooh.
He was looking to pull one of those picks. He wanted one pick there. Just
Did.
for
He
that
needed
dash.
it, too. Just couldn't quite land the hit. You know, despite, like... Oh,
this is a possible point here for
countdown.
Armageddon able to make some space back, and we'll take out the initial threat there. You were saying?
No, this is fine. I'm trying to follow it. There's just a lot of trading back and forth. And honestly, with the amount of action, you would expect more effective pushes, but everyone really spread out across the map right now.
Yeah, absolutely. We noticed that teams will, or V will get it, and they'll lose it fast. But Supernova, they'll grab it and they'll sit on it, right? They'll have a player at B, they'll have control of their base, and then that's it. Up until now, there's another point here. There's a possibility.
And that's it.
There it is. First point. Supernova.
Holy cow.
Player
And that's the
lost in
coordination, I'm
tunnel.
telling you. Their coordination right now is what's winning them.
Yeah, I think when you see that idle motion, right? They've got two and nothing's happening. They're looking for a certain case. You know, they're looking for that right moment to strike and really get that point. It worked out for them right there. Supernova pulling the first point at 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
And really, you could tell just by how that sitting at B, they are actively working as a team. You know, maybe not pushing as aggressive as V is, but it earned them that first point. We'll see if it earns them the match.
Absolutely. Now it's V's turn to adjust. They've seen what works. They've seen what does not. Now let's see how they are able to adjust. There's timer taking a little bit of a scary moment there. Counted at their base, so they've got some work to do back home. I can just saw that their base last player just went down. The match is back in a state of interesting flux, where Supernova holds nothing but B.
Shout trying to clear out his own base.
B looking for a response. Push pushes in. B. They're able to drop one there. I believe the last player's in the tunnel, so that's Supernova able to hold B again. They're able to clear. No, actually, there are still players nested in Supernova's base here. We can see there's two players planted behind. Suitmaker looking to finish off at B. Gets the
Supernova
pick.
looking like they're struggling on clearing out their base. And that's really what's been holding them back the whole time.
Absolutely, in the bottom right corner, you can see a little bit of the action. And Suitmaker here now waltzing in. Oh no, doesn't have the dash required, and we'll get deleted unfortunately. Push turning around, looking to help inside the base.
And a nice dash off rail and charge shot.
I didn't even see who he killed. He was just dead.
I think it was Immortal. It turns out is not immortal, in fact.
Mortal is mortal. You've heard it here first, folks. Push waltzing on out now.
And we're seeing a huge group up from
Doesn't splash
Supernova.
out.
But V on the counter.
Shout there, able to get some necessary picks. That was 3 buttons that were blue there. Shot now looking to take some territory. Nice headshot there on Push. And now he will push in to grab their button. Fortunately,
And a
there's 3
countdown.
buttons. Still 3 Supernova alive.
And they're trying to lock in.
There's a lot of red right
3
there.
alive.
Go down.
Oh,
Mando was in a good spot there.
That was a good try, but unfortunately, unable to land those kills.
Oh my goodness, that was I'd be screaming in comms right there, Armageddon. 3v1 in the subway tunnel there. Shout, seeks, destroys, goes down to Mando. Mando spots one more player. That trade is going to Suitmaker.
Group up from B outside. Suit getting work
Push,
done.
not able to do that little dodge this time. We'll go down to Sweetmaker. And Mando will clean up. CAV now on the front foot. Oh, that will go right back onto Supernova's side. How did he know? He was aimed right at that ground, and it was exactly where that player landed. Mando getting some great work done there. 2 picks at B.
Seeing group up from Supernova, about to push in. V, however, much more spread across the map. 1 player deep in Supernova's base.
Yeah, that's got to be really annoying. You've got a whole group just outside of B ready to do some momentum, and then you hear buttons been pressed at your base, and there's just one guy back there, and you're sitting like, oh, we got to hold this for the next 60 seconds until that guy goes down.
It is an interesting contrast in approaches here. V very much, you know, playing on their own, but getting into those really sneaky positions, whereas Supernova, with those group ups, coordinated pushes, I don't know. I'm not really sure which is more effective.
We're gonna find out. It's gonna come down to execution. What we're seeing is 2. It's like rock paper scissors type strategies. You got a strategy here which is get everyone together and win everything together, and you've got a strategy which is hide in all the cracks and seep seep right on in, and it's working because there you go. Oh, it's a close point. It's working for V because as Supernova is moving together, there's a lot of places that they're not. Right. There's a lot of little paths on Quarry that you can get through.
So many spots. And that's the problem, is they're not clearing out those spots as much. So
absolutely. Now there's a little bit of an advantage, you know, in every fight. Supernova is going to have more players, but the problem is that they're never going to be able to fight all of the fights because they're never going to be in one place, right? If he's always spread out. So it's destined to be the kind of Quarry that goes for a while. But what gets V a point here, if they continue running like this, it's going to be someone pulling some crazy streak, right? It's going to be a large number of Supernova down at once. Is
Get
this
that
it?
team wipe.
Not quite.
Mando looking to push through tunnel, get the pick on Armageddon.
Epic Battle is rewarded with a dash pickup. Gets his health back. Looking for the second one. Grabs it. That's 2 down for Mando.
See if we get the third.
But a point for V.
Revenge kill.
There's another one. There's 2.
Countdown. Oh, with only 2
lot
alive.
of
Bill
pressure from V
Lumberg.
right here.
Oh, Bill Lumberg with a fancy backdashes to get the 2 counters in a row, saving it for Supernova.
That was a huge play from Bill there. We saw at some points only 2 blue players alive. Supernova holding that out. And now moving to regain B. Armageddon through the tunnel. He's got a nice little rehearsed route here, and he does it quite well. He's been able to get a lot of picks doing this motion. But now he's in a really awkward spot. He will move in. Supernova is on the offensive, and there it is. Annoying player right behind, and there's no one to respond.
And as we've seen all match long, B getting set up deep, and Supernova's back line.
Absolutely. Several players now have gone down from blue. They're back in their base. Armageddon getting a little bit overwhelmed.
It's got to be a satisfying feeling when you get that person just snuck behind, you know. Finally
Absolutely.
get that thorn out of your foot.
I was gonna say, like, it's genuinely scratching that itch in the back, you know, like that one little thing there.
Little sigh of relief.
Definitely think for what Armageddon's doing, the SMGs are a good call. We've seen him use them before. He's got that killing power, and he's definitely always going to be fighting a disadvantaged fight there in the opponent's base. So Supernova here on the offensive. They will get taken care of. We're watching Supermaker now as he makes his way in with some teammates to be. Moving hesitantly. And we'll get deleted by Push. Fortunately, he's not able to locate him before Push gets a fix on him.
Captain
Push
Cooks
here now waiting for a group.
he has a staple. I think he just had his sniper rifle. He's going for double staples now. He'll go down to shout. Captain Cooks has been doing a lot of weapon variety. I think he's picked up nearly every single weapon possible in this match.
Absolutely. We saw some decent diversity on the Canyon, and that's usually where I'd expect it. The Quarry, it's a lot more rare.
Of all places, right?
Yeah. I was optimistic. You know, they seem to like shields. I wanted to see if it would come back. V
Countdown.
here, scoring potential. Ooh,
Countered
near
at B.
counter there by David Mason. That was the counter they needed. I don't think there were a lot of players left there.
We've seen a lot of clutch counters this map. From both teams, honestly.
Armageddon SMG is able to get a pick. Is looking for a corner to hide in. Finds it. Hello, stun.
But they know where he is, and he's low. And he'll go
Finally,
down.
the follow-up comes.
Yep.
There goes Armageddon. But
A nice
did
try.
keep some players distracted. Push moves to the tunnel freely, flanks B. Let's see what he's able to do with this motion from behind. Spots no one, taps the button, and is now known. There was just nothing to do, and Push looks just as confused as the rest of us.
A little disappointed as well. He's itching for a kill there.
That was a great movement there by Push. There was just nothing to do that time. And now we've got 2 Supernova, 1 remaining. V on the hunt.
And I'll go down.
Able to get all those picks.
Armageddon's been doing a lot of work. Top fragging right now, 34-28, leading the map in frags at least.
Absolutely. And just behind them would be Bill Lumberg there, 31-26 for the Supernova side. Push, top scoring. You can see there's a lot of high scores on the Supernova side. They're pressing a lot of buttons. But as I mentioned before, everyone's contributing in this game. And that looks real good. 12 minutes in, about halfway through the match. V able to score here. SMG's gonna pick this 3 players left.
No way!
In the tunnel.
No
there
way!
it is. He gets the response.
Oh, he wasn't able to
3
quite get
players
it in
alive.
time.
This is so incredibly unfortunate.
But Armageddon,
shocked.
oh, you have to give him that one. That was incredible. He got the pick, got the button hold. He went down, but he timed it.
That's exactly what we
Armageddon.
predicted. V were able to score the point off the back of Supernova's large group being displaced, not where they wanted to be. The player at B was unable to cap. There was players in the tunnel that got a little bit stuck. Lumberg here going in for an early counter. And V was able to be at all 3 buttons, get every pick, and hold that thing down. They've proven that now both strategies can work. It's down to execution. Predictions for this map were 3-1 in favor of V. We saw the 1 come first from Supernova. V's got the response. And now Supernova, not too happy. They're able to have 3, but it's countered at 2 buttons. And a little bit of an awkward state of flux, but this is somewhat of a comfortable position for Supernova as they move as a group. It's not going to be uncommon for them to be holding 1 button for that to be B. Some countdowns here for V as the guys at B try to fight. Another possible one there. Bill Lumberg missed the button, but he grabs on the second go.
Yeah, I've noticed a pretty consistent pattern. Bill Lumberg having a little bit of difficulty hitting that button. I wonder if the height standard today, well, this
Standardized height. Is it
that
on?
thing. Yes, I'm not even sure. Oh, but I can't believe I missed it.
Right
Holy
out.
cow!
Another player stuck in the tunnel. We barely missed that. It was excellent work.
And a good button hold on
You could be
V.
onto something
Oh.
here. You know, Supernova might have misled us at the start. They're scoring first, but you could be onto something. The predictions were 3-1. Will Supernova get that response? They're in a little bit of a squishy spot now. V's got some momentum, right? They've got 1 point. All right, we're in it. 2 points. You're feeling good, right? You turn your music up a little higher. You see Texodal here.
You really
the
have
tunnel.
Supernova on the ropes right now. Supernova can try to should get a little more aggressive here if they want to keep in this.
Absolutely. Whatever it is that they're going to do, they got to double down on it and commit to it because if
That
they
being
run
said-
anything inconsistently, it's going to hurt.
It looks like V completely cleared out B, and they're already deep in Supernova's base. Is this going to be it?
It's a
we
huge
count
team
down.
fight right at opponent's base. There are no blue anywhere other than their own base, and there's yikes. Armageddon there, flicked. He'll go down.
I don't know what happened, but V is bringing in the firepower. They've got like a fire lit under their feet right now. And they're going
Absolutely.
fast.
As I mentioned, Supernova are going to be together. V is going to be needing to get several kills, and it looks like after they got 2 points, the players individually are on fire, and they're getting those. They're winning those 1v2s, those 1v3s that they needed. Maybe a little bit of that adrenaline is kicked in, and we're seeing some unreal stuff here. Texodal in the tunnel, 1v1. Will go down to Mando. Mando will leave the dash because doesn't need it.
Only Mando. Is this going to be
And
it?
now he's in a horrible
No,
position.
he's not.
Will he
Oh,
make
and
it?
he's stuck in
There
the
it
tunnel.
is. 1-3.
Oh, no.
V is able to come out on top. Chat, you're literally insane.
Oh, my gosh. What happened there?
We would have to
It's-
watch that back. I wish we could watch a replay there. All of Supernova moving together. They had complete control at several points throughout that match, right? It was going on for so long. B was basically theirs. Those Supernovas written all over it. And then several players going down at once. Maybe we see an adjustment from V. Maybe they played a little bit closer in their displacements. And they were able to win 2v3s, 2v4s. Because if you pull those in this kind of setup, right, if Supernova loses too many players too fast, it's pretty detrimental. Let's look at the scores quickly. So Bill Lumberg there, 11,000 points, 37-31. Shout, 43 kills, also 11,000 points. We saw, I think, 3 players with 11,000 points that game. That's nutty.
Pushed with the third 11,000K. Really pushing those buttons, but the win going to V. And they brought it
Absolutely.
back. I don't know what went through their minds, but they decided, okay, enough. We're gonna end this, and they did.
They came back. Yeah, they came back from that deficit. This has been a huge statement for a debut game. V made some really, really good press for themselves today, making themselves look fantastic. Great performance from all of their players. We can't say anything less, though, of Supernova. Also, fantastic performance from each player on that team. We saw several impressive movements from Push, Bill Lumberg. We saw even David Mason, some clutch counters. It was great movement across from both teams and a really, really great performance tonight.
Absolutely. A little shout to Armageddon. A lot of that was really attributed to him. And man, if I were Supernova, I would be really annoyed with just how sneaky Armageddon was that entire map.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Shout doing a little bit of everything, hopping around the map, but Armageddon in the back, just stabbing Supernova over and over again.
Those double SMGs just not going down. You know, it's a huge thorn for that giant group moving to know if there's a player at another button that you don't have control of, there's nothing you can do about that, right? You just kind of your players have to die and go back.
Oh, man.
And deal with that. Great stuff. Great
Good
stuff.
job from V. Congratulations on the win. They'll be looking to move up into Dasher most likely. This is just their first matchup, I want to say, for this cycle, heading on into the second week. Let me take a glance to see who they're scheduled with next. And it looks
Absolutely.
like they have Southern Cross. And that's going to be an interesting one. Southern Cross making waves this season.
Absolutely.
Did you see Southern Cross? They took out Envy on Launchpad.
I saw that. Yeah, that's last season's winners.
It's crazy, you know.
We'll be
So
looking to see that. So this would be a good game for all those viewers out there.
yeah, and they had an absolutely crazy Quarry, absolutely crazy Launchpad up against, was it Supernova? What is it?
It could have been Supernova.
Yeah.
I don't call.
No. Sorry. You know, Southern Cross is gonna be a really tough team for V, but you know, I think they could do it. Just got to practice those.
Absolutely. From what we've seen, we know that
Yeah.
they've got that killing power. They've
Yeah.
got the teamwork. It's going to come down to execution and execution at a higher ping because I don't believe any of them live on that side of the globe.
Will have to force themselves to get, you know.
You got to
Other city
acclimate. Yeah,
centers.
maybe some more 200 ping scrims are going to be happening over the next few days here as they prepare for that. For all those viewers out there, thank you for tuning in and watching. My name is Quesix, and thank again to Kastle for doing the filming and streaming work for us today. Hop on in the Discord to keep up with the action and check out the website. Everything is below in the description. Thank you for watching and have a good one.
See you guys later.